Every day I am gobsmacked and torn asunder, flabbergasted and put against the wall by the inability of people on the internet to simply read a basic question, and it lets me know that I cannot overestimate anybody. So there's this new prisoner's dilemma going about, but if you don't know what the prisoner's dilemma is, I will explain it to you. Two criminals are arrested. They're handcuffed, they're actually put against the wall, and they're beat within an inch of their life. Police offer each a deal. If one testifies against the other and the other stays silent, the traitor gets free while the silent one gets a heavy sentence. However, if both betray each other, both get a moderate sentence. If both stay silent, both will receive a light sentence. Now, this is very simple. If both stay silent, they both get a lighter sentence. So what you do there is you both stay silent because you don't want to risk on the individual basis. So the best outcome is for both to stay silent. But here comes the Nash equilibrium, because the dilemma and the entirety of it is that somebody could be free. So the other person is thinking, okay, but I could be free. I won't have to do any jail time. Pretty hard question. I think this happened in 1950s by a mathematician. I think it was the Rand Corporation. I'm pretty sure it was like Albert W. Tucker. It's like a psychology question of some sorts. That's what it was. That's the entirety of it. And then people would throw hypotheticals in there. They'd say, oh, what about business wars or nuclear arms races? What about environmental degradation? Oh, what if it was real world people and their ability to communicate? What they can cooperate? What's going on? It's a whole lot of stuff. But that's the entirety of the prisoner's dilemma. And we have a new prisoner's dilemma, but way dumber. I'm going to read this question as slow as humanly possible so you understand it. And I want you to comment what you would choose. Everyone in the world has to take a private vote by pressing a red or blue button. If more than 50% of people press the blue button, everyone survives. If less than 50% of people press the blue button, only people who press the red button survive. Which would you press? Now, the results of this one right now, we see 50, 43, and 56. Now, we've got some updates here. Let's check it out. It's still 42 and 57. Now, this is very interesting. There's 2 hours left for this poll as of right now. This is a very interesting question. So, what we're discovering here is that if more people press the blue, everyone survives. So, everyone will survive at the current moment. But here goes my question, and maybe I'm dumb here. Why in God's name would anyone press any other button besides the red button? This is not the prisoner's dilemma. It's actually much stupider, because what I'm discovering here, if you press the red button, you live. Do you understand that? I want you to really look at this question. Hold up a second. If you press the red button in any situation, you live no matter what. That is the entirety of what I just read. Why would anyone pick the blue button? Well, this is where things get very interesting. The blue team is trying to save the blue team from the problem the blue team created for blue team by doing the only thing that creates the problem for blue team. Now, maybe you're not understanding what I'm saying, so I'll break it down really easy for you. So there's two options. This is basically what I just read. Let's say there's a gun in front of the table. Now, they say, okay, all right. So you could choose to shoot the gun or not shoot the gun in front of you. Now, if more than 50 people choose to shoot the gun, no bullet comes out. But if less than 50 people shoot the gun, only the people that don't shoot the gun live. So this is interesting. You could choose to not shoot the gun, is what I just discovered. So I'm just not going to shoot the gun. Why would I even risk shooting the gun? I'll do you one better. Let's say, for the sake of argument, there's a wood chipper. And you can choose to not jump in the wood chipper or jump in the wood chipper. But the wood chipper has a malfunction. If you jump in the wood chipper, right? If more than 50% of people jump in the wood chipper, then miraculously, everybody comes back to life, right? Everybody lives, right? If you could also just, and this is important, if less than 50 people choose to not jump in a wood chipper, then you guessed it, then everybody that jumped in a wood chipper stays dead. So you could just choose to not jump in the wood chipper. This one baffles me the most. It says, red is an unbelievably, phenomenally disgusting selfish decision, and I do not have a theory of mind for anyone who would choose it. I can't even fathom where this person is getting any of their information from. I feel like we're not reading the same question. So let me reread the question. I'm not even sure why 57% of people chose blue. I don't understand. Yes, everyone survives, but you would avoid the entire situation if you picked red. Everyone in the world has to take a private vote by pressing a red or blue button. If more than 50% of people press the blue button, everyone survives. If less than 50% of people press the blue button, only people who press the red button survive. Which would you press? You completely deny this entire scenario, and maybe I'm missing something if you click the red button, right? If you click the red button, you live. Everyone lives if they click the red button. I don't know. I don't know why anyone would pick a different option other than the most reasonable and logical option in this situation. I am so confused why anybody would even consider it. I'm going to read a few of these replies here. I get annoyed by people who for saying that the rational or game theory answer is to vote red here. This is a coordination problem. There are two optimal outcomes. Everyone votes red, or less than 50% or more than, was it less than 50% vote blue. People dying is, I hope, not an optimal outcome even for red voters. Why would you press the blue button in the first place? If you press the red button, everyone, you just live. Thus, instinctively, you should just pick the red button for survival's sake overall. Let's keep going. Oh, I pressed the end myself button, so now you have to press the end yourself button to save me from my decision. Just don't press the button to end yourself. I changed my mind, actually. I'm back on blue because everyone will not just, and I should do what I can to save the ones who not understand the game. Oh, if you are not smart enough to figure out a decision of, all right, you could jump or not jump. Which do you pick? There's no reason. I don't understand that. Maybe I'm crazy. Amazing how the self-appointed game theory experts confidently asserting that blue is a stupid choice, but every time this poll is run, blue wins. Not only is the game theory answer predicting the wrong outcome, its extraordinary power is based on being able to predict the right answer, so it's doubtly wrong. It's just the average person is dumb, right? That is the basis of what I'm stunned. The calculus to press red is, to put it kindly, short-sighted idiot math. It begins with what input gives me the best odds of living, with no regard for what the world you'll be living in, where everyone you trust is dead and everyone else knows it, would look like. Where is this logic coming from? Where is this logic coming? This doesn't make any sense. If everyone presses the red button, everyone lives. Am I misreading the question? Maybe I'm misreading it. I don't understand. I'm happy that blue won, but I don't understand why anybody would click the blue button, right? Here goes, okay, I think I understand now. I think I grasp it. I understand it now. By adding everyone survives, right? By adding everyone survives, we've created a situation and a scenario, right? We created a situation where people fuse to just want to be morally good. Everybody wants to be in this moral high horse for some reason. Because it says, well, everybody lives. We all just got to click the blue button, guys. So if 50% more, if you click red, you live, right? If 100% of people clicked red, you live. That's the entire thing, right? Oh my God, this doesn't make any sense. This is what the question did. I'm gonna show you what the question is boiling itself down to, right? All right, everyone knows where I has to pick a tire red or blue button. If more than 50% of the people press the blue button, everyone survives. Yeah, I'm gonna make this a poll. I'm gonna make this a poll, right? All right. Okay, I'm just gonna do this. Red button. If you press red, you live, and everyone who presses red lives. If you press the blue button and 50% less, press the blue button. You press the blue button and less than 50% of people press it, only the red lives. If 50% or more press blue. Everyone lives. Which one? Choose. Just choose, right? That's what I see the question as. That's how I see the question. That's how I see the question. I'm gonna make this as simple as possible. The live option or blue 50-50. That's what I see, right? I'm gonna have this poll run for 5 days. I'm just gonna post this. That's how I see the question. And maybe I'm dumb. I'm angry. I'm angry. I just this is a dumb question. I've been thinking about this for all day. Let me know what you guys would pick. I'm out. Peace. Bye.